Hello, Professor. This is my presentation on what would happen if you fell into a black hole. What are black holes? So far, astronomers have identified three types of black holes: stellar black hole, supermassive black hole, and intermediate black hole. Stellar black holes are small but deadly. When a star burns through the last of its fuel, the object may collapse or fall into itself. For smaller stars, those up to about 3 times the sun's mass, the new core will become a neutron star or a white dwarf. But when a larger star collapses, it continues to compress and creates a stellar black hole. Black holes formed by the collapse of individual stars are relatively small, but incredibly dense. One of these objects packed more than 3 times the mass of the sun into the diameter of a city. This leads to a crazy amount of gravitational force pulling objects around the object. Stellar black holes then consume the dust and gas from their surrounding galaxies, which keeps them growing in size. So this video here was taken using ESO's MUSE, a very large telescope in Chile. Astronomers found the first stellar mass black hole in 2018. Supermassive black holes, the birth of giants. Small black holes populate the universe, but their cousin supermassive black holes dominate. These enormous black holes are millions or even billions of times as massive as the sun, but are about the same size and diameter. Such as black holes are thought to lie at the center of pretty much every galaxy, including the Milky Way. Supermassive black holes may be the result of hundreds or thousands of tiny black holes that merge together. Large gas clouds could also be responsible, collapsing together and rapidly accreting mass. A third option is the collapse of stellar clusters, a group of stars all fallen together. Intermediate black holes. Stuck in the middle. Scientists once thought that black holes came in only small and large sizes, but recent research has revealed the possibility that mid-size or intermediate black holes could exist. Such bodies could form when stars in a cluster collide in a chain reaction. Several of these intermediate black holes forming in the same region could then eventually fall together in the center of the galaxy and create a supermassive black hole. A black hole isn't a hole at all. Einstein theory. In his theory of relativity, Einstein predicted how black holes are formed. When a massive star dies, it leaves a smaller remnant core behind. If the core's mass is at least 3 times bigger than the mass of our sun, gravity overwhelms all the forces and turns the core into a black hole. A black hole isn't a hole at all, but rather a huge amount of matter packed into a very small space. Astronomers from Japan announced last week that they had discovered a black hole with 100,000 times the mass of the sun, near the center of the Milky Way. This is one of the best observations ever made of a mystery class of objects known as intermediate black holes, thought to be the building blocks of much larger supermassive black holes we've come to know and love at the center of the galaxy. The team used 2 radio telescopes. The point of no return, Hawking's radiation. Stephen Hawking believed that the black holes can be passages to another universe. So if you were to fall into one, would you find yourself in an alternate dimension? Every black hole has an event horizon, the point at which the gravitational pull becomes so strong that you can't escape from it. If you ever find yourself outside of that point, you'd see that stars are twisted around a perfect circle of darkness. As you start being pulled towards a black hole, you'd be moving faster and faster, accelerated by the force of gravity. Can you survive? The gravitational force of a black hole is very, very strong. If you fell feet first, your legs would be feeling a stronger gravitational pull than your head. Your body would be stretched apart. If you happen to be pulled towards a stellar black hole, you'd be completely torn apart before you even reach the event horizon. Just the beginning. There's a gravitational singularity at the center of the black hole, where density becomes infinite. You'd be squashed into the center and become one with the black hole. you wouldn't be able to tell anyone about your experience. What it'll look like from a different point of view. However, a person observing you from the outside of the event horizon would see a very different picture. As you were falling into the black hole, they'd see you slowing down, getting dimmer and redder. In the end, you'd freeze, never crossing the event horizon. Why does this happen? This is because space and time in a black hole swap their roles. At the event horizon, time comes to a standstill, while space, on the other hand, moves forward. You wouldn't be able to turn around and escape the black hole any more than you could travel back in time. Even when the black hole eventually dies, emitting all the particles it had absorbed, including your body, it would be impossible to tell whether those particles were you. Stephen Hawking found a way in which the information about your body wouldn't be lost. He theorized that there are alternative universes with different histories. This means in one reality, you fell into a black hole. In the second one, there was no black hole. It's impossible to be certain from the outside of the event horizon whether it's a black hole or not. Until you fall in there, if you cross the event horizon and there was a black hole, sayonara. But if you were to be in a reality where the black hole didn't exist, you'd still be alive, just in a different universe. There would be no way for you to get back to ours. Would you dare explore the possibility? The end.